Good afternoon. Thank you for watching Rundlii Gaming. We're going to be doing another video on Zeo Effect. And if you haven't watched the previous video, we kind of went over a little bit more of how the gameplay itself works and a couple other mechanics of the game. But it seems like it incorporates kind of uh, manipulating time with kind of like a shooter style game where you're running around fighting enemies and stuff. So it is a kind of interesting blend of mechanics within a game. It does seem like it is, as of right now, I believe the last I read on this particular game is it was going to be released sometime in 2023, but it's still kind of early in an earlier beta phase or alpha phase, and so it's going to be a little bit before it gets probably released on it. So a lot of things could change between now and then, but rather we're taking a sort of an early look at how the gameplay itself is kind of already set up at this point, which to me is it's certainly an interesting setup so far. So as I mentioned in the last video, what we basically can do is, as you can see, the bullets froze because we're not doing anything else at this point. We just kind of shot the bullet. That's as far as it'll travel unless we do something else with it. So for example, I move, it will continue everything around us moving as well. But the enemies also have the same kind of restrictions because they're not moving unless we're moving or doing things as well. Uh, So that said, it does make it a little bit easier to do targeting because you're not limited to how fast you are at drawing, hitting them. It ends up being kind of more of the situation of can you aim it, then you can kind of modify time according to how you need to move as well. And clearly for me, it's not particularly good. Well, unfortunately, that also means we kind of got eliminated on that as well. But yeah, we'll do a little more playthrough for it, but it ends up not being too terribly difficult in some ways, but if you're not paying attention, it's very easy to get killed by the shrapnel that comes after. Um, like this little red flying thing here could basically target us as well. Yeah, try to set up a second shot, but yeah, again, shrapnel, they'll definitely get you. Let's see what this one does. And this is where you can also buy different weapons, and those weapons have sort of different special abilities as well. Yeah, so that's not good right there. So the bolts do travel significantly quicker than we do. So I tried to back away from it, then pretty much got destroyed for it. Uh, I'm a bit disappointed that you can't really keep weapons that you've spent some of in one room into the next room. Um, let's see what this one does. So, for example, if I use a single bullet from this, I won't be able to keep it in the next room. Okay, so it's like a long shot. It's actually a pretty good one. Okay, and it also has a bit of tracking on it too. Or maybe it's when I get killed, is when I lose it. I thought I actually lost it whenever I go to a different stage as well. Ah, yeah. Or on any special bullets since this room's already. Ah, well, I guess that is Zeo Effect so far. I mean, it's still definitely has a way to go because there's a lot of customization limits, things that a lot of the quality of life updates that haven't quite went through yet. But yeah, it's a very um, sort of cut and dry. This is what we have on it so far, and so there are they basically kind of worked out the initial controls and stuff, but it still has a little ways to go as far as probably their end result to what it is. But I think it is a pretty interesting blend of different mechanics in the game. Um, is this, I mean, short of like something like Fallout, where you can do kind of like the little vat, visibility thing, where you can kind of do like a turn-based sort of effect, where you can kind of target something and do that in conjunction with the actual fight itself. I don't think I've seen too many games with this style of setup where like you can prep something and then also move out of the way of things. And it sort of kind of gives you that sort of matrixy feel of trying to do something while at the same time you can also manipulate things around you as well. Now that said, I obviously did it pretty poorly, but no, we got through like 60 or 70% of the game. But if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, etc. Um, and hopefully we'll be posting some more stuff. I do try to do a lot of independent games that haven't been released yet, and sometimes you can get a little bit more interesting stuff with that than some of the big games that kind of want to stick with what works already. So they kind of stay in that sort of same boring sort of um, style of games where it's like, well, this one's worked before. Let's just kind of use that same formula every single time. Whereas a lot of the indie developers tend to get a little bit more creative with their setup. And I think at times that can be quite interesting as well. But otherwise, thank you all for watching. You all have a wonderful day.